Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. So this video is to the Jewish people, especially the people who rule over them. Also, it has applications for white people in the LGBT community. So let me start off with a quote from Martin Luther King, just one quote here real fast. It goes like this: never lie to someone who trusts you, and never trust someone who lies to you. There's also a quote in Proverbs that says, better is open rebuke than love that is concealed. Okay, with this being said, I'm just going to speak plainly and directly. It's safe to say this video is going to be suppressed one way or another on top of that, but even if it wasn't, it's not a big deal. So, all throughout history, there's people who disagree about things, okay, and they still kind of work together. I mean, look at the political parties, look at corporations. Think about your family members. You disagree about things, and I'm sure that you still work together on things, right? As the saying goes, 2 Jews, 3 opinions. So no offense, but nobody on this planet that has any sense believes that the Jews are chosen. So it's safe to say that what you're doing is a propaganda campaign, okay? And you're trying to convince people to kind of respect you and play the game and play a role. It's a witchcraft and the power of words and all this stuff. So I could go on and on about how if I said, hey, I believe that there's money right here on this chair next to me, that it's not going to appear, right? And that things don't work the way that you think they do in the occult and so on and so forth. But I'm sure that you know that I'm right about that. So when you look at this thing, I think a large reason I'm being persecuted is because I won't play stupid about various white agendas, LGBT agendas, and Jewish agendas. Okay? When you look at it, you know, I think that people look at it in terms of profit and loss, okay, in terms of bottom line and mitigation. So the smart thing to do is to stop persecuting me and just agree to disagree with me about, you know, whether I should play stupid about the lies that you people are telling to the masses. Again, no offense to anyone, I'm just going to speak directly. You see, I'm already kind of having to choose my words. I want to get this video over with quickly before they make it harder for me to speak. So it's best for everybody if everyone who thinks that they should persecute me to try to control my behavior, okay, or they think they should experiment on me or whatever, that they just stop. You know, all these years have gone by. I've been targeted in the gang stalking program all my life, but it became very obvious in 2011 in February. That was over 14 years ago. It's now March in 2025. That is 14 years of people, white, Jew, and LGBT led for the most part, trying to control me, trying to get me to think a certain way, trying to get me to behave a certain way, to submit. It didn't happen. And it's made the people trying to do it look very, very bad. They even resort to trying to confuse people about what it's about. But it's clear that it's about people throwing a fit because they can't have their way here. I can go on about the lame, tame game. I can go on about sexual sadism and ritual madness, but it's obvious that what you people are doing has not helped you. It's cost you money, it's cost you time, it's cost your staff mental stress, it's cost you everything on the deepest, most spiritual levels. So I urge you, okay, and I'm probably the only one talking sense to you about this, I urge you to stop persecuting me, to compensate me, okay, say $125,000 a year or better, even before taxes. Okay, and just meet my bare minimum requirements. If you want me to avoid certain places, we can discuss that within reason. For example, I live pretty far away from Beverly Hills. If you said something like, hey, don't go there more than once a year because a lot of rich people are there and they're sensitive and they don't want to see certain types of black people, especially the Son of God, okay, I might be able to work with you on that. Okay, say, okay, we'll add another $25,000 a year per city, and I'll try not to visit them more than once a year if it makes sense. If it's Santa Cruz, I probably won't be able to do that because that's infringing too much on God's work based on the location I'm in right now, or San Jose, what have you. But there's things that I can work with you on, like the restaurants and so on and so forth. As long as it's fair and just and right, because my main requirement is I have to put God first, as defined by me, to keep it very simple, because there's all kinds of crazy people who want to pretend that they know best, you know. And so even if you're not smart enough to know that I know best, at least We should agree to disagree if you disagree. That is the smart thing to do. I don't like being mad at Jewish people or anybody else. I'm not a hateful person naturally. I've been insulted and provoked and poisoned so many times. I've met Jewish people. They're very nice people, very friendly people. I like, even some of these politicians, though I'm not a big fan of politicians in general. I'm the type of guy who gets along with everybody. There's something to be said about Norm Finkelstein, Amy Goodman, okay, and people like this. I never wish to pick a fight with the Jewish people. I'm not here for that particular reason. I'm here to do God's work, and I will defend myself spiritually, what have you. So please, I urge you, okay, not as somebody pleading with you, because I can't sink to that level, but I can say please in the most polite and respectful way possible that somebody in my shoes could say it to people who are persecuting him while he's trying to do God's work. I urge you to do the right thing here. Thank you very much.